And welcome back, YouTube. So between this part and the last part, I went ahead and made sure I had more
I
recording
might have to
space.
drop some gear.
So if we end up hanging around in Bleak Inlet for 5 days, we're able to repair one of our deer items. Because we went ahead and acquired that deer hide and those guts. Let's go ahead and sleep to bring around day and to do as much condition damage recovery as we can. Okay, it is early morning. It's just dark because a lot of places are still dark inside early morning. And let's leave the cabin and see if the weather has improved. Yeah, this kinda categorizes improved weather. I think that, yeah, that was just a flyover. I suppose if I was running around in a blizzard, there's a small chance that those wolves that picked fights with me might be dead out there somewhere to be harvested. We are back above 50% condition, so I'm a little bit less full paranoia on running into things. Still far too low on condition to want to be taking a lot of condition damage, though, so we're gonna engage in a bit of sprinting here. So we're gonna eat some of our meat. Should be just beyond the lip here. There it is. Empty corpses, of course, despawn when you pass through
Too heavy.
loading screens. Empty corpses also, well, non-empty corpses will also despawn if you go through a loading screen and their condition is below 0. Unless they have, well, as long as they have one non-zero condition item in them, they won't despawn. So, for example, if a corpse has one of your arrows in it, your arrows don't decay with time, so the arrow will keep the corpse from despawning. Or should keep the corpse from despawning. And even in the scenario where the corpse does despawn, the arrow should still stay there.
It's making my head feel thick.
Though if there's only your arrow in the corpse and you find the corpse, the rest of the corpse will be unharvestable if there's no condition associated with it.
So cold.
So yeah, you all to the pile of meat. And obviously I should start a fire up to warm up. How warm are we in here? Minus 18. So I'll probably have to resort to throwing a piece of coal in here to warm up.
Come on.
Hopefully, as we warm up, the weather will improve enough that we can start doing mapping again. If it doesn't, I might start contemplating actually just leaving Bleak Inlet. So our character has time to do rest and repair before attempting more mapping. At this point, we've got most of Eastern Bleak Inlet complete.
Well, thank goodness for that.
thought this fire was going to get warm. Oh, it's still warming up. Okay, it's just taking its sweet time. Alright, it's now full warmth. 4 degrees isn't fast enough. Throw some sticks in the fire. Let's try to be a bit more productive. Make some water while we're sitting here. Whoops. Didn't miss some camera flying so far. Sensitivity in the mouse being really high. Me being a bit twitchy. Bit of a quiet, contemplative advancement right now, where we're harvesting torches and boiling water, waiting for a carriage to warm up next to this crackling fire. I'm looking at my uncomfortably low condition. In the area that I think normally running the Timberwolves, this wouldn't be super bad if the weather's decent. But us getting actively jumped by them has put the fear of Timberwolf into me. 'Cause that's a little bit more like getting jumped by a wolf. And 50% or lower, that tends to be the zone where it gets you. Not that we're going to do any gunsmithing, but I suppose that is a way to pass an hour. Just read a book.
Too much stuff to carry.
Yeah, it looks like we've gone from bad visibility to blizzard again, by the sounds of it. So it's in the transition back to blizzard, which is not good. What's our weight looking at? 2.5 kilograms over, so yeah, we shouldn't take any... Well, we can probably take some water with us and leave some... Or take some meat with us and leave some water behind. We have a kilogram of meat to take with us. Yeah, so the weather is bad. The visibility hasn't completely gone kaput. I doubt this is usable visibility for mapping. This looks a bit like transition to blizzard weather, so I'm expecting it to transition to blizzard. suppose this could be transition out of Blizzard. But either way, this is not... We're not going to map in this. I guess I'm going to sprint our character back over to the cabin. We'll, So the question is, do I sleep in the cabin? Try to read the blizzard away. I might try to read the blizzard away. That way we can build up a little bit more.
Can't feel my
Is that a
hands.
wolf I heard? No, I think that's my ears playing tricks on me in the blizzard, near blizzard situation we're here. That way I can build up a little bit more fatigue, get a little bit more condition back on a longer rest.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Because we got food, we got water, so we can pass some time. And we got something that is not exactly what I'd call productive to do, but we got something to do, which is read a book. This is usable weather. I can use this weather. Eat our food, drink some water. We're going to leave the piece of meat here so we don't attract the wolves. Are you cooked? You are cooked. How cold is this? Minus 15? Yeah, this is... Assuming it'll let me map in this, this is appropriate weather for mapping. I think I've searched this truck already. We'll stick our head in the truck. No, we haven't searched the glove box here. Nothing in it. Nothing in that one. Nothing in the truck bed. This is the long bridge, which is a place where we do want to map. I think we're going to go ahead and map from the truck, the back of the truck there. Assuming the weather plays along. I think that's... Is that a torch? Oh, that's a pry bar.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Well, the answer to escape this cold is we're going to start a fire. And assuming the weather's going to play along, we'll map in this weather.
Turned out pretty well.
A little piece of coal in the fire. But that it should get warm enough that if this
Lay down for a bit.
will let us map, we will map. There we go. Obviously, we want some mapping in here to make it look better. That looks windy. It looks windy because it is windy. Okay. Running towards the cannery, I think, is a bad idea. We'll try to take the fire with us. It will come. And it's not going to come. Okay. We're going to go run back to that cabins where it's warm. It's really too early to rest, because I'm basically going to end up sleeping the rest of the day away, but with the weather being windy like this, it's going to be hard to get good mapping. You know, I'll duck in the cabins, I'll read a book for an hour, and if the weather improves, I'll try doing a little bit more mapping. Warm up some teas. I could warm up teas, but I'm not... Right now I'm trying to map things over here in the east, so I'm not really worried about being inside. Not even necessarily worried about... because I got the fuel to start fires up. It's just finding places that are wind sheltered enough to set the fire up. So for those of you on YouTube that can't see the Twitch comment, the comment was probably in response to being cold. Why don't you warm up some teas? And the answer is basically I could, but not too worried about doing it. And to be fair, I'm actually a bit low on tea ingredients. I'm down to 1 burdock, 1 birch, 1 reishi. Got a bunch of coffee, but don't necessarily want to be, especially in this low condition state, I don't want to be drinking coffee. I'd rather be sleeping to recover condition. Is better weather? I'd say no. Let's read a bit more and see if the weather improves. To be fair, reading this book is kind of not helping us towards any goals. It's just a thing I can do. Oh, this is usable weather. Let's see if I can get to a place worth mapping. And we burn a little bit more fatigue. Because we've got plenty of calories in the local area. Okay, it's a bit windy, but wind appears to be playing along with us right now. And it's definitely bright enough that if I can find places that are wind shelter, I can use the light to start the fire, and then accept the fire isn't going to come with me to the next location. And there we go. Okay, he's desperate for more food. We got a deer carcass here.
My fingers feel numb.
Let's squeeze through here. Not all the way through. That means I'm going to have to chop some of it down anyway, so we're going to chop it down. We might as well get warm enough to do it. Or at least get warm doing it. One way or the other.
Come on, Come on. It worked.
-11, so we'll plug a piece of coal in the fire.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
We have way too many torches. Let's disassemble a couple of torches and see if it gets up to temp. It is going to get up to temp enough. Why the temperature is good. The weather is good. Let's get a quick map. So to make the map look good, I probably am going to have to do a map in this area here and a map over here. But as far as exploration, I don't think those are required for getting the Faithful Cartographer achievement. Okay, that should be enough to get through here. The weather said no to my fire. Okay, well, we're moving. Secret mountain path. Is there a place where I have wind shelter in here? Because I do want to map that. I can find a wind sheltered
I
location.
can feel my feet.
Okay, it's coming from that direction, so I can get up close to the wall here. Yeah, it will let me do it from here. Okay.
Come on. That's done.
Bung a piece of coal in. You still have way too many torches. Aim here for the map. Is this going to map? No. Though, apparently, did that actually count for the Frozen Delta? That counted for the Frozen Delta. Okay. When I was trying to map the Frozen Delta on Stalker, it was being very reticent to give that one to me, but today it has decided to be nice. Well, the weather has improved. How blisteringly cold is it? -19. Incredibly cold. Okay. Well, I obviously do want to map a spot in here.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
I think it was around here. It was saying secluded mountain path. It's not saying it again because I never got far enough away from it. Not necessarily the most efficient use of fuel here, but we're going to start up 2 fires and do a map again in an area that's basically mapped to get the tag to show up.
All right.
Really? Is it logging and I'm just not seeing it? Oh, maybe it's not a mappable location. Okay, it's not a mappable location, that's why. Ravine, Defensive Lookout, Long Bridge, Landslide, Frozen Delta. We're missing the workshop, washed out trailers to the cave system, last resort cannery, Echo 1 radio tower, and coastal highway terminus. Let's scrap some of the lower quality torches here, turn them back into sticks. You know, given the circumstances, I am willing to drink a coffee. One fresh made coffee, please. Fatigue's starting to get very low. And I'd like to do, because the weather is holding for the moment, I'd like to do one more map before we go and sleep for the long rest. And one good long rest should get us most of our condition back at this point, which is why I wanted the fatigue so low.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Your character is correct. He is going to need to rest soon. But I give him that coffee so he'd be awake enough for us to get one more mapping in before the weather goes south. Or he takes... Well, because I'm basically expecting that when he takes that nice long 10-hour rest that he's going to go when he needs. That when we wake up from it, it's going to be terrible weather again. And we find a couple planks in a book. Making a corpse. Hang on the corpse. Nope. We will do a map from here. We're not necessarily going to get anything found from this mapping, but I think it will help make the map look decent. Okay, hopefully the breathing filter has kept the sound of the road away, because the local road decided to be loud and annoying. The hatch. There's a hatch?
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
It's not up here. It looks to be below me. I suppose since the last time I was here, could have been Stalker. They may have, it might have been the change that they did with the purpose caches. So that might be the purpose cache I've just found on the map. No, I'm not seeing it here.
Cold is making my
Yeah,
head
I guess
feel
that's what
thick.
we probably found. It's probably not up here, it's probably below us. Which is where we're going to head next. Bit cold, bit low on fatigue, so I'm going to get tempted again. I'm going to go ahead and make one more pot of tea. Well, I suppose a pot of coffee in this case. One pot of coffee, please. There's a little bit more energy to move around with. And if that is a hatch, I will probably take a long rest in that hatch and make that the YouTube break. Assuming I find it. Map found it, but will I find it? That's two different questions. We know the answer to the first, and, well, you will shortly find out the answer to the second. So obviously, I'm not going to go back down the way I came up. I'm going to go down a different way,
I need to drop something.
which involves a little bit of risk, because it's effectively going to be a bit of billy goating. But if I remember correctly, there is a place that's reasonably safe to billy goat down from over here. That's where I'm going to head over to next.
Can't feel my hands.
And there you are. So that's how you can sort of billy goat down from there without taking any damage. Sometimes you might get a sprain, so don't assume that you will get away as cheaply as that. I've definitely suffered sprains in situations where I thought I would get away with nothing. And that is a little bit of billy goating, so it's pretty normal to get sprains and stuff like that doing that sort of stuff. Game saw a hatch. The mapping saw a hatch. So where is that hatch?
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
Those of you who know where this hatch is, you're probably like, it's right over there, and I'm maybe in 5 minutes going to be in agreement with you. It's like, why did I not think of look over there?
Too cold to think.
I know there's a cave here, so I'm going to go ahead and warm the character up in the cave before we're setting out a little bit longer. Look for that hatch. If I fail to find the hatch, I can always just retreat up to the cave up north and do a long rest in there. So here's a cave. Let's warm in the cave. I'm going to go ahead and start a fire in the cave. That will last about 20 minutes, so if the weather is appropriate for mapping, I can do a bit of mapping while we warm up.
Come on. Come on.
And if not, I'll just make a bit of coffee to warm the character up so we don't have to hang around in the cave for too long.
That's done.
Visibility has gone to the point where the mapping is no longer plausible. Oops. Meant to put the coffee in the pot, not pick up the pot. There we go. So, the cave is about here. Maybe the hatch is actually up on the cliff, not on the bottom of the cliff. Bottom of the area saw a deer carcass. So it should be northwest of the deer carcass. What was I nearly interacting with? Something nearby to click on. That's interesting. Maybe the mapping has revealed something I'm not supposed to know that's there already. Okay.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Well, let's get this character. So there's the Renen's waterfall, so too far north if that's popping up. Let's get our character over to the cave. And
Something's making
get him
me feel
his
tired.
poor 10-hour sleep to recover. That's when I'll put the cut break in for YouTube. And I think the next part will probably be me pulling out of Desolation Point. Because I think the character needs a bunch of equipment that needs repair. And we're starting to run, well, I could hang around because I got plenty of coal, but let's not run the coal completely dry before we start to panic and leave.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Okay, we've successfully exited Bleak Inlet. And this transition cave should be warm enough that our character can warm up. And, well, should stay warm enough that our character can take a nice long 10-hour sleep. We'll probably have to eat some of our emergency food on the way back to Mystery Lake. We don't don't lose our well-fed bonus on the way, but before I forget, hope you've had a good time, YouTube. This is where I'm going to put the cut in. There will be one more part in this recording session, so there'll be a part tomorrow. Hope you all enjoy your time until then. See you then. Later.